Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
Welcome to Rally Nation Live. My name is Joshua Campfield, and today Matt Dickinson from El Diablo Rally Team will be joining us. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing well. I've had a good day so far. I'm ready to be asked some questions. Have a little bit of a talk, have a little bit of a chat.
Fantastic. So I got a bit of an icebreaker here. Mm-hmm. Some people have told me, and rumor has it, you're a big fan of Cheez-Its. Some of my sources say that you always have them every rally. What's the deal with the Cheez-Its?
I can tell you have been talking to my co-driver a lot, because that's one of his favorite things about me. I don't know why he latched onto that. Here's the thing. I'm very specific about which Cheez-Its I like. Regular Cheez-Its, I'd never spend money on regular Cheez-Its. They're not the worst thing in the world, but they're not great. You know, there's better snacks to be had. Italian 3 cheese flavor and the it's like the Parmesan and something cheddar duos. Those are the go-to Cheez-Its. Those are the only two cheeses I'll really eat. I always have a box of Italian 3 cheese, Italian 4 cheese, Italian 4 cheese. Sorry. I have a box of those at every single rally, which Glenn now, because he likes the idea of that so much, he's the one that supplies them every rally. So I always got Cheez-Its on hand.
So the question is, do you keep it in your car as you're rallying for a snack in between stages?
Not all the time, but sometimes. I think it was only the last rally when Glenn was really getting on it about the Cheez-Its and making it like a thing. He brought some in his little like snack bag that he has, but I usually don't know. They just stay in the pits next to all the Gatorades in the cooler and stuff.
That's awesome. Well, next time when you compete, make sure you have it in the car and have a GoPro so you could be like,
oh yeah, I'll have like the camera going out the window, the camera facing me, and the Cheez-It cam. I'm in the middle as I'm doing a handbrake turn. The right hand also reaches down and grabs some Cheez-Its.
We should get you a sponsorship with Cheez-It.
Well, see, I badmouth the normal Cheez-It flavors so much I don't think they'd be willing, but we can. I'll still give it a try.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. So tell me about yourself. How did you initially get into motorsports?
I got into motorsports because I went to Wazoo to get an engineering degree. way too much math, gave up on that after like a year and a half, and thought I'll just work on the cars instead. That's what I like. That's why I was doing this, was to get into the automotive field. So then I went to technical college to become a mechanic, which I still am to this day. And I needed a car to like work on, like my own project, to like go out in the garage every day and like practice working on cars, learn different things. So my dad and I bought a 2002 WRX and fixed it in way too short of time. So we were like, how do we break this car more so that I can fix it more? Rallycross. So we started rallying that car, did fairly well, went to nationals my first year driving, and then from there was like, I'm good enough at this, let's just go to stage rally. That seems like the next logical step. And then I've been stage rallying for the last 3 years. I've done 2 full seasons and the half little bit of COVID season that was late
last year. Everyone knows last year was a bit of a tough year.
Yeah, it was. My driving foot's feeling real sad, but hey, we're getting there. We're on the other side of the hump.
Absolutely, man. We've got a lot of rallies planned next year, and I'm hoping everything goes well. Mm-hmm. So, have you ever attended a rally school before, or?
I used to, when I lived with my parents, and they still live there. They live about 20 minutes down the road from Dirtfish, so I have been there a lot. When we built the current El Diablo car, the 2015 STI, that was the first place we drove it to shake it down before our first event in it. I've done, I think, one of every single one of their classes except for the 3-day advanced, but I've done the half day, full day, 3-day. So I've been there plenty of times, and just to hang out. They have rally crosses there once in a while. I've been to Dirtfish a good handful of times.
That's awesome. Super jealous of that. I've always wanted to go to the Dirtfish complex.
It's real nice. I suggest for starting the 1-day class. The half day is a little too short. You don't really get into things that much, but the 1 day is a good time to both learn and just throw a car around and have fun.
One day I'm looking forward to it.
I hope to see you out there someday.
Yeah, Dirtfish is a dream. So we know that you won't be competing at OTR due to vehicle upgrades, but would you be willing to talk a little bit about your car?
Yeah, so like I said, 2015 STI, I'm sure most people watching can recognize it from the big chicken on the wrap. So it's got all your normal safety upgrades and such, fire suppression, cage, blah, blah, blah. Built motor with a little bit more aggressive cams and a little bit more aggressive compression. But other than that, it's mostly stock fuel system, stock everything else pretty much. Stock turbo for sure. So, and obviously gravel suspension. We have ecstasy gravel suspension as well. And so we finally were tired of being super far behind Seahorn. So we were like, well, let's just do the rest of the upgrades that he did to his car. So we're in the middle of, we have the gear set for a sequential transmission sitting in our transmission guy's shop right now. We just need the car back from getting a wiring harness done by John Reed. He's doing full custom wiring harness and Motec electronics to it. Sadly, the reason it's taking so long is ordering those parts. Again, with COVID still going on, it's taking a long time to get those parts. So, still waiting on parts delivery. It sounds like he's almost done, just waiting on a couple more things to button up, and then we'll get the car back, throw a sequential in it, and then we'll actually have a big boy car. We'll have a fully prepared, limited all-wheel drive car.
That's really cool. So with these new changes, especially with the sequential gearbox switching from your standard to sequential, how do you think that'll affect your pace and your championship looks for 2022?
I think it'll help a lot. I think it'll definitely. We've already been towards the top of the pack, getting beaten by Seahorn every single time. I mean, he was in the open class last year, but he's coming back to limited now, so it'll give us a better fighting chance against him. And it'll keep our lead from the rest of the field. So it'll give me a little bit more of a buffer if I have like a slight off. I like to go off the road at least once or twice a rally. Nothing serious, just a little slide. I have to restart the car. So the sequential should help a lot. I always tell Glenn, I always tell my old co-driver Daniel as well, I would always be like, that corner would have been smoother with sequential instead of having to like downshift and brake and hand, like do like 6 things at once. It's just like, nope, bop, back on the throttle.
Absolutely.
So it'll definitely help our speed. I am nervous because I've never driven a sequential before. And I'm hoping there's not too steep of a learning curve. We're hoping to bring it to Dirtfish to test it out once we put it in, just to like make sure everything works right. Have somebody there who has driven a Sequential to help like teach me and walk me through it and get all the different little nuances and stuff. So I'm a bit nervous, but I'm very excited. I'm very hopeful for what it can do for us.
That's awesome. I was going to follow up. Are you going to take it to Rallycross, but you're taking it to Dirtfish?
I'm taking it to
That's
Dirtfish,
even better.
hopefully. Yeah. Sadly, that car doesn't work super well in Rallycross because, I mean, while it is a fully built stage car, it's got the full cage and it's just a big. The 2015 platform is a fairly large car, so it's difficult to get through the cones. And it's, I mean, it's still a great time, but it's not. I'm never winning the classes like I should be with how much money I have in my car compared to the rest of the field. But yeah, hopefully bring it to Dirtfish for some testing.
Now, would you say Jeff Seahorn would be your closest friendly rival now that he's coming back to Limited?
I believe so, yeah. He's helped us multiple times in the past. If it wasn't for Jeff, there would have been at least one, I think 2 rallies that we wouldn't have finished because we didn't have proper spare parts or the knowledge to do whatnot on the car. So he's definitely a friendly rival because as much helping as there is, there's also a little bit of smack talk, a little bit of. I mean, it's hard to smack talk when, like, you know, he's that much faster than I am. But hopefully we're going to, like I said, hopefully we're going to shorten this gap. But yeah, Jeff's a great guy. He's helpful. He's helped us a lot in the past.
That's fantastic. Now, is he rocking a Sequential as well? Or?
Yes. Yeah, he's got Sequential. He actually, John Reed built his wiring harness and all the electronics as well. So when we went to John Reed, we were like, just do the same thing. And then, it was the same thing for the Sequential. We were like, hey, I'm pretty sure my dad was like, hey, Jeff, what Sequential do you get? He's like, I have this one. It's really nice. And we're like, all right, cool. We know it works because Jeff's been using it and he hasn't had any problems with it.
So it sounds like that gap's going to start closing.
Yeah, that gap's going to start closing. We're going to have fairly close to the same car, which means now I have no excuse besides I'm just a worse driver, which we'll see what happens. He's got a lot more experience than me. He's a lot more skilled than me at this point, so...
Well, it's always good to have some friendly rivalry.
Yeah. It's definitely some friendly rivalry. He's definitely...
It pushes you guys to compete better and pushes you guys to go faster.
Yeah. The way we tell how fast we are compared to the rest of the pack is we look at the gap between the Subaru team and Jeff, and then we look at the gap between Jeff and us. And if those differences are about the same, we know we're where we should be. If we're anywhere farther than that, farther than the gap between those two, then we know we're going a little bit slow. And if we're anywhere close, we're like, oh, I'm booking at this race.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we're always comparing ourselves to Jeff.
So who is your current co-driver right now?
My current co-driver is Glenn Ray, who is just the most fabulous man. I don't know. I'm sure you have more questions about Glenn. I love Glenn. He's great. He's a funny guy. He's a great co-driver, super prepared. He's a veteran, so he has experiences being in like high stress situations, so he's always the calm, cool, and collected one when the car breaks and I'm getting mad. He's perfect. He's the perfect co-driver.
Every time I've ever spoke to him, my neck hurts because I have to look up at him.
He's also 6'4". That's the one thing I'll say about him. Weight wise in the car, he's a very tall man. He's very tall. He's very dense. Which I've been going to the gym recently as well. I put on some weight since the last time I was in the car, so I can't say much either. But yeah, it was a whole day project.
COVID.
Yeah, it's been COVID. It was a whole day long project to just like move the seat and like refabricate the pedal box to accommodate. Because my old co-driver, Daniel Piker, was, I'm not gonna say his exact height, but upper 5 foot. So at least I think it was like 6-8 inches Glenn has on him, and it was a whole thing to like refabricate the whole passenger side just to like fit Glenn in.
That's hilarious. So do you so is having a good relationship with your co-driver important to you?
Oh, it's very important. Glenn and I mean, we met on a test day. We met like in the car, driving the car. We didn't know each other before then. We just reached out on Facebook and we're like, hey, as my old co-driver Daniel, he was my co-driver for 2 years and he was great. We were good friends. We met at school. And we were best of friends, but like sometimes being like close friends like that for years, we like I said earlier, Glenn's like great when I get angry and like need to be calmed down, and Daniel, great person. He wasn't as good as that, and sometimes we'd butt heads a little bit more than we should, especially on like recce days. We've been in the car for 12 hours. We're a little grumpy. It's like, all right, we're snapping a little bit at each other more than we should. No fault to Daniel. He was also a great co-driver. But he sadly, he left the co-driver position because he got a job at Dirtfish to help film and produce video at the rallies, so he couldn't be at the rally and in the car at the same time.
At least he's still in the rally world.
Yeah, he's still in the rally world. He's still loving it. He's doing some crazy stuff these days. He's doing some really good work with them, and on his own. But back to your main question, it's great that Glenn and I get along so well. It makes it so much easier in the car. It's so much less stressful, like, even not, like, ignoring the actual racing, just, like, the transit from place to place. Sometimes you're sitting with this person in the car for an hour at a time, and if I didn't have someone in the car that I could talk to, and we're just kind of, like, twiddling our thumbs awkwardly, it'd be significantly less fun. So it really helps the rallies. It really helps my spirit, which then helps the driving that Glenn's such a cool guy to hang out with.
Yeah, he's got a really contagious personality. He's always happy, and he's a great guy.
Yeah. The one time I've seen him angry, we had a fault in the car, and we were out of the rally on, like, the first half of the first day, after driving all the way to the East Coast. And the only time I've seen him, like, kind of angry, I was more angry. So he, like, I could tell he was, like mad. He was like, I want to finish. But he had to, like, calm it down to, like, help me stay calm. But, yeah, he's always in a good mood. It's great.
That's fantastic. So this one's actually, this next question's actually from Glenn. Of all the co-drivers racing now in the world, who would be your dream co-driver and why?
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think it gets much better than Glenn. He's some of the best in the business. I did go to Ozra Rally Pro under the tutelage of Alex and Rhiannon, and I talked to them at most of the events. They're great people too. We were going to try to have them in the car for this season, I think, or last season, the COVID season. And then with both of them going and working for the big teams, for the Subaru cars, they obviously were booked. But yeah, we were going to try to have them in the car for some events, just to learn a little bit more, really feel what, like, a absolutely perfect co-driver is, and, like, have them help with, like, pacing and stuff, telling me where I can push the car more, because them sitting in the speeds of cars they've been in throughout their lives, the amount of just knowledge they have from the passenger seat could have helped me greatly. Like, oh, hey.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, once they feel out the car, they could be like, oh, yeah, you could have taken that turn way faster. All those...
For some of you who don't know, Alex Gelsomino, he is co-driver for Ken Block, and Rhiannon is the co-driver for Travis Pastrana. Right,
so they both got full rides for the seasons, which... Great for them. Very happy for them getting some stable work and some really fast cars. But I wanted some of them. I wanted some of that.
Yeah, no, they're a great bunch of people. I've been watching Ozra Rally Pro. Is it?
Ozra Rally Pro, yeah.
Ozra Rally Pro. Yeah, I've been watching them grow over the last few years, and it's really cool to see what they've been doing.
Yeah, and it's the actual, like, program itself is amazing. They will cater to whatever your skill level is, and Daniel and I, having really, like, taught ourselves everything when we went, or, like, learned it off YouTube. It was amazing just seeing, like, not only how to write notes, but the way they go into, like, the preparation beforehand, and, like, really writing out, like, a movement plan and having a whole plan for everything. It was as game changing as anything I've ever done. Like, I would rather go there than, like, just go drive the car around and learn how to drive.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They're true professionals, man. It's the amount of experience they have under the belt is just remarkable.
Yeah.
So, who is your biggest inspiration in rally as a professional race car driver? Who is your biggest?
I'd say it's gotta be big boy Travis Pastrana. I have been a fan of him since I was a small child. I was watching live when he did the world's first double backflip. Like, I've got that implanted in my memory.
Absolutely, I remember that.
So I've been, like, following him and following Nitro Circus for years, and then it's like, oh, I'm doing the same sport as him now, and he's, like, over there. Before I actually started doing a stage rally, I went and pit crewed for a team at Olympus one year, and there was a charity thing going on where if you donated the most amount of money to this charity, I sadly forget what it is at this point, you could be a part of a go-kart race at the Ridge with, like, a bunch of, like, the big boys. It was, like, Travis Pastrana. I don't think David Higgins was doing it, but it was back when he was on the team. He may have been there. Like, the whole Subaru team, a whole bunch, like, a couple other, like, motorsport celebrities. So I got to, like, race go-karts with Travis Pastrana. Like, I was on his team for, like, a 2-hour go-kart endurance race. So, like...
That's incredible.
Yeah, and he's just, like... A lot of people say don't meet your heroes, they're not what you expect. Travis Pastrana is the nicest man that anybody's ever met. He's just so kind and caring, and yet he's, like, one of the world's, like, biggest, like, extreme sports, one of the biggest faces in extreme sports in the world. So not only has he been my inspiration, but it's been amazing, like, actually being able to, like, go up and talk to him at events, like, say hi. I don't know if he remembers my name at this point, but, like, I'm pretty sure he recognizes my face. I've talked to him enough. Which, like, having your childhood hero kind of know who you are is a really cool thing.
Oh, absolutely, man. I met him in 2019, and I was just blown away by how nice and how down-to-earth he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is.
Hopefully he doesn't watch this and be like, I have no idea who that guy is. But we'll see what happens. I don't know.
So, what is one of your greatest strengths as a driver?
There's not a ton of them. I'd say, honestly, my support team is probably my biggest help. My dad, who manages the team, Glenn, the co-driver, who plans and organizes everything, and then my crew team, Kyle Fosdek is my crew chief, and he's got a team of guys that are really amazing. They come to all the events with us. They're very knowledgeable at Subarus. They're perfectly happy to, like, get dirty and get down into the ground and really, like, get the dust in their eyes while fixing the car and, like, really bust stuff out. So I'd say they're my greatest strength. As far as personally my greatest strength, I don't know. I'm not super cautious, is what I'd say. Like, I'm definitely scared to, like, break the car, because if the car breaks, I'm the one that's got to fix it, and I don't want to have to do that work. But I feel like I don't hold back a ton. Once you start hitting 80 plus miles an hour, I get a little bit scared, because that's when the trees get a lot harder. But no, I think I'm just fairly ballsy behind the wheel. I know Daniel would say that a lot. He was always like, "Why'd you take that turn so fast?" Like, we were towards the edge, and I was like, "We're on the road, aren't we? This time."
Well, when it comes to rally, whoever has the most confidence when going at high speed is going to do the best.
Yeah.
And, having that quality and that trait is very important in rallying.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what can we expect to see from you and the El Diablo Rally team in 2022?
You're going to see a hopefully significantly faster car. You're going to see us at a lot more events. My dad, Glenn, and I all came up with a general season plan of what we're going to be doing next year. I don't want to give away specifics yet because it's still not 100% locked down, but we will be starting with Big White to be our first event. Well, we're hoping to start with Big White. Again, nothing's 100%. Because I've never driven in snow, so we thought might as well have the first time I drive a Sequential and the first time I drive in snow be Big White. Let's just kill two birds with one stone. Yeah. Well, I haven't driven a race car in snow. I have rolled two cars in snow just on the street before, though. So I said I wasn't very cautious, and I'm not very careful. I will be extremely careful at Big White. So hopefully start of the season with Big White, just to feel out the car, get a sense of the new upgrades, shake the rust off from having so much time off, and then hopefully move on to the rest of the season. Obviously, we're going to hit all three West Coast events because those are our home events. We don't have to trailer 3 days to get to them. And then it kind of depends on how those West Coast races go. We're going to see which East Coast ones we get to, because some of the closer ones we're a little bit more willing to do because it's expensive to get out there. But
absolutely,
if it was up to me, we'd go to every single one. But it's expensive to get out there, and I don't think my boss would be happy with me taking that much time off. He's fine with me taking as much time off as I do, but a week out of every single month might be a bit much.
So for before we start concluding the interview, do you have any advice for aspiring rally drivers?
I feel like a lot of people say this, but it's just get seat time. If you want to be good, you have to have the skill. Like, I have a great support system, which has helped me a lot, both financially and just like having hands on deck, having man hours to help me with stuff, help build the car, help fix the car, both at and away from the events. But the biggest thing you can do yourself is just get out there and drive. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like, I did rallycross for a while, but there's other drivers in the rally series right now that came from other disciplines, tarmac driving, grip driving. There's a couple drift boys out there. So just as long as you can get behind the wheel of a car, that'll translate to whatever you needed to do. So just get as much seat time as you can. Don't be driving like a dickhead on the street. I spent a couple of years doing that, rolled a couple cars in snow. I've learned my lesson there. But go to events, go to stuff, go to autocross, go to rallycross, go to some drift events. If you have a car, there's things you can do. No matter how stock it is, no matter what car you have, there's things you can do with it, and there's things you can drive. So just getting experience and seat time under your belt is one of the biggest things to be a better driver.
That's some really good advice, and I really appreciate you giving us that advice so we could share that around the world. All right, well, thank you so much, Matt Dickinson, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And all the fans around the United States and the world are excited to see how you progress in the 2022 ARA National Championship. We look forward to seeing you out on the stages, bud.
I really hope I can deliver. I've made some big promises.
Well, I've been following you for years, and I'm excited to see what you have to come. It's going to be amazing.
I'm excited to see as well.
Selector, rewind selector, rewind selector, rewind selector, rewind selector, rewind selector.